Hello, hello, and welcome back, everyone, to the final match of day one of this 12th Alliance tournament. This is CCP Fozzie, joined by Bach and Alien, and we are bringing you HUN Reloaded versus Sleeper Social Club. And we're going to be seeing two very high DPS setups coming up against each other. HUN Reloaded has brought a setup that is actually reminiscent of the Pandemic Legion team from last year's Alliance tournament. It's an Eos triple Ishtar, Myrmidon triple Vexer, Maulus, Tyrannus, and then logistics frigates and the Navitus. But it's going to fly in a lot of ways like it had no logistics, I would expect. And why don't you tell us a little bit about this Sleeper Social Club team back?
Yeah, Sleeper Social Club was warped in at 0, presumably because they assumed the other team would not, but still kind of a gutsy move here. Claymore, 3 Helas, an Orthrus Scimitar, 3 Worms, 2 Harpies, and a Stiletto. So not exactly a team comp you'd expect to go in and brawl at 0, but again, they must have deduced that the other team would not warp in at 0 and gambled on that.
So we're seeing Bouncer 2s now as the match begins, and Curator 2s being dropped by the HUN Reloaded team. They're going to try to use these sentry drones to alpha off some opponents really fast. I guess the Scimitar is going to be their first primary because they've already put the target painter on him.
Yep, and a Myrmidon scrambled of Terios Corvallis. Double scrambled, apparently. They're really afraid of him getting away. Scimitar for Sylvanas taking quite a bit of damage, but Terios Corvallis is Myrmidon put right into armor.
Yeah, so they're going straight for the Myrmidon to knock off the Lynx. We saw actually the Orthrus charge across the field and then rammed right into the Myrmidon. He was so excited to get in close to deal damage with his heavy assault missiles. Myrmidon already down. That's very fast execution.
Absolutely. The Scimitar, oh, there we go, I said it. The Scimitar in low shields boosting back. Doesn't look like he is in huge danger of dying, especially not one less ship on the field. Meanwhile, the Vexer of Ivan Tukachev is straight into armor, and he is dying very quickly. Really, this HUN team is going to need to figure something out here awfully fast to survive this. They're losing chunks of damage very quickly.
The HUN team, I think, was counting on SSC keeping range, getting far enough away that they can be tracked by all these curators and bouncers. But instead, the HUN team did what it looks like their plan was to do the whole time, charged right in, decided to brawl at very close range with these missiles and drones. It's a very powerful strategy, I think, partially because it's unexpected. People aren't going to be expecting these ships to come in right up close to you, but they absolutely are here.
It looks like HUN has modified their strategy. They're going for a heal of Namflog now, but they lost was that an Ishtar that just went down? Mm-hmm. And so they're losing even more damage, but the Hela is going to pop. I guess the Scimitar is not able to keep up with the amount of damage, and finally I think they figured out the strategy, but maybe it's too late. I don't know. HUN Hawks Vexer at half armor holding on now, though.
The Scimitar is being damped, so it's quite possible that he's having a bit of trouble locking in time. But he's actually in the middle of the arena very kind of cleverly orbiting directly around the sentry drones to prevent them from being able to track him. He's also got some ECM drones on him coming from the from the HUN Reloaded team.
And here we go. We have Vexer into half armor, Eos into half armor. For the HUN team, really, if they don't get that Hela, Farron, Shaney down before either of those ships dies, I think they're in really dire straits.
I think they're going to die around the same time.
Structure. Yep, and the Eos also into structure. He is down, so 2 Ishtars, 2 Vexers, and some frigate support against an Orthrus, Hela, and Claymore, and a bunch of support. And really, honestly, it looks like the support is a higher DPS output. 3 Worms is nothing to sneeze at. We talked about that. 2 Harpies. I think the upper hand is certainly still with Sleeper Social Club here.
Yeah, HUN Hawk and his Vexer has pulled really far away. He's all the way out towards the edge of the arena now, so he's a little bit safer, but they're going to actually knock out the logistics frigs, it looks like.
And HUN Tyrannus down. Yeah, Navitas dying. Another Hela for Blitzatcher is taking significant damage going into armor, but again, I think they're too far behind the ball here.
Killing these Helas is definitely the right call to make if you're the HUN Reloaded team. You knock down the Helas fast. If you can catch the Orthrus, you try to knock him down as well, and that's going to clear a lot of the damage off the field. At this point, though, eventually you're going to need to take out that Scimitar. You'll have to get him out of the fight, or else your limited damage just won't be able to break through.
Well, and again, the other big concern is getting rid of those worms. I mean, how do you take out those worms if you start losing your cruisers? They don't have any frigate support capable of doing that, so then the drone boats are going to have to do it. They got the first one. It looks like he's in a low structure, about to go down. Navitas died as well, so there's no logistics left for the HUN team. Looks like another Ishtar down, so 2 Vexers, Maulus, and Ishtar against Claymore, Orthrus, Scimitar, 2 Worms, 2 Harpies, and a Stiletto.
There are no reps. This whole time, there's no reps coming from the Scimitar of the SSC. He's been having himself heavily damped and has just been running around the field trying to keep up with the fight to get reps. There we go. We're now seeing him get reps applied to the Stiletto, but
Vexer down for Hun.
they've already lost a lot of ship because he wasn't able to lock. That Mollis is definitely punching above its weight.
Well, and there it goes. It's not going to be punching much longer. It's now under fire. It is gone off the field. So Vexer, half armor, Ishtar, I don't think Hun's going to manage here. They might take out one more ship if Scimitar loses his ability to rep, but now that Damps are off the field, I don't see it happening. He's already being repped back up, and this is a solid performance in what was a fairly tight match to start there from Sleeper Social Club.
Yeah, honestly, I would have favored HUN looking to the setups coming into it, but SSE came in with a very ballsy strategy, and they pulled it off perfectly. They came in and just were able to shock HUN Reloaded with the huge damage from the Helas.
Yeah, I think not blasting past that Scimitar, not going for the other ships on the field, the Helas right off the bat really cost HUN. I think they focused for so long on that Scimitar and were unable to do anything to it that by the time they changed it up, they'd already lost a couple ships and it was just not enough damage to keep up in the DPS race.
So that's the last Vexer off the field for HUN, and they're now down to just one Ishtar. It's quite a ways away from the rest of the fight, sitting off on its own, so it's probably going to be a little while before they can get on top of it to actually take him down, but it is really just a matter of time.
Yeah, that Orthrus was making a run for the border there. He was out at about 11 or 111, 115 for a little bit, but he's come back in. So I was hoping to see another shiny kill for CSP Veritas there, but did not happen.
Yeah, if anyone wants to use the micro jump units I place to launch out of the arena, then I would have nothing wrong with that, because I've gotten a suggestion from Veritas that he might start giving CSP Fozzy the credit for the kills if somebody jumps out of the arena using those structures. So, if you want to give me some better killboard stats, then I'd be very happy for that, because pretty much Fozzy's only killboard stats are losing a bunch of very expensive ships on dev rooms.
Yeah, definitely. If nothing else, you should be on the kill mail. I don't know. You get some E-War bonus, kind of like the Falcon that gets just the jammer on a kill mail there. But Scimitar just hanging out, not wasting ASB boosts on much, just a little bit of shield damage. The Ishtar, again, he's just kind of hanging out too. He's burning around, but he's...
he's going fast enough that he's going to be a little bit difficult to catch, although that Orthrus is going over 2k a second, so the Orthrus will be able to catch him eventually.
Yeah, and honestly, the Stiletto at 4,300 is running him down as well. He's going to catch him pretty quick, probably get a scram web on him, and that'll be it.
So while we have a little bit of time here, Bakanoin, what would you say your favorite match of this day so far has been?
I got to say that it's actually kind of a tough call. There have been quite a few good ones. I really enjoyed watching the Tinkers die. And I was curious, I guess the one that kind of was most unexpected to me, I guess, was the Kadeshi 4th District match, where you see two extremely high DPS teams go toe-to-toe in a match that you would expect to be one of those 3-minute and over matches, and it went almost the time. I mean, that was an interesting one that caught me by surprise. So.
Yeah, it is always like we saw those setups and expected the match to be over so quickly, but the Proteuses surprised everyone, and definitely they surprised the Kadeshi in how well they were able to tank. And now we see the tackle has landed on the Ishtar, the last Ishtar for HUN Reloaded. Honestly, it's hard to pick a favorite match for myself. Seeing the teams that lost the fight because they jumped into the arena with MJDs is probably my favorite thing about the day, seeing those two rattlesnakes and the paladin eject themselves out of the arena. But that is the end of this last match of today. We will be back at the same time at 3 o'clock Eve time in the afternoon tomorrow for another 16 matches. Thanks for joining us for this first day of the 12th Alliance tournament, and we hope you had a great time.